Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Self-Made. Today we're talking, yes, QNT again, Quant Network. It jumped up from $115 to $133, so it had a nice little breakout. In the last video, I was talking about how we might reject and have a move to the downside. Well, that didn't happen. The exact opposite happened. We had a breakout all the way up to 133. Let's check it out on the chart. All right, so here is the trend line that I drew in yesterday's video. I thought that, we might have a rejection off this line, but we didn't. We had the exact opposite. We had a breakout all the way up to $144, 144. So from 115 to 144. So this is what I'm talking about. Buying Quant at $115 was a steal because I was telling you guys the $100 Quant price is not going to stick around for very much longer, and it's already gone. We're already at $130 a coin. So we are retracing right now. We're having a little bit of a retracement. We'll see if this actually falls all the way back down. We'll see if this fully retraces or if it continues to move to the upside. I'm excited that QNT is finally moving. So for everybody out there that was sitting there being impatient, this right here is exactly why I tell you buy and hold. Patience is a virtue, and you guys need to relax, okay? Just buy and hold QNT, and that's the trick to winning with crypto. Just buy and hold. Merry Christmas, QNT friends. Have a good one, for real. This is QNT's Christmas gift to us all. By the way, when this video goes out, it will be Christmas morning, so Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season. So there is a supply of 14.8 million QNT, zero inflation. Currently, there's 151,000 QNT holders. Divided evenly, that's 98 QNT per holder. Keep in mind, these institutions are buying millions of Quant. Then it really is more like 50 Quant per holder. Next year, this time, there will be 300K holders of QNT. So guys, just do the math right there, okay? The supply shock for QNT is coming, and it is coming rapidly. It is going to be a very, very high price here very soon, so get them while you can at this lower price. Even 130 is still a steal. There is no token in the top 50 with a lower supply than QNT. The supply shock will be great. See, this is what I'm talking about. The institutions are coming, and soon they're going to be coming to QNT. You think once they realize Quant is part of the future financial infrastructure that they themselves use, they won't invest in it? Think again. Trillions are coming. Patience is key. There is a theme here, guys. Patience is key. Money is coming. Okay, here's a video of Gilbert Verdian, the CEO of QNT himself.
So in 5 years' time, where it's going to be, I think value will be derived in the trillions because excuse me, because we will be transacting with new markets and new customers. And then I think in about 10 years' time, the way you send money on your mobile phone to a third party and the way you buy and sell goods, it's going to be like that, but global. You're not limited to your local country or your local jurisdiction. So it's going to be seamless. And in the end, in the back end, no one's going to care how it works. They just want to know, I can do business with this company in this jurisdiction, and everything is okay, and we could trust each other.
At the IMF World Bank meetings, a lot of concern amongst countries about the idea that if we start having a digital dollar, you'll get increased dollarization of many emerging markets. And yet here we're seeing a Latin American dollar, which is in some ways perhaps a fight back, particularly if it beats Project Hamilton.
So I think the Latin American dollar's view is to complement the US dollar. So it's pegged to the dollar and allows that flow amongst Latin American countries, but also back to the US. It's not a currency that's wholesale. It's built to be retail, but the back-end integration really complements how existing banks and their payment systems settle with their central banks. And blockchain technology that we've developed allows easy and seamless integration into core banking payment flows. So you're not changing your banking back end. You're just adding an additional rail that you can actually settle and pay with, and all your fraud checks, counterparty risk checks, and banking checks, and identity, KYC, etc., is all done as you normally would. So it's really an enabler for consumers and businesses to have real-time payments, which they never had before.
So it's not a stable coin backed by dollars or US dollars?
No, it's a central bank digital currency pegged to the dollar, but linked back to the central bank.
So one of the questions I have, and we're getting some great questions from the audience, so I'm going to jump into them quite straight, is, first of all, are CBDCs not a vehicle for mass surveillance? I mean, in the case of China, the answer almost certainly is that is how they're intended to be. I certainly can't see the Bank of England wanting to engage in that kind of thing. When the idea of the Bank of England dealing with 60 million angry retail consumers yelling at them all the time or trying to watch their bank accounts, I think would be quite unlikely. I mean, Charlotte can comment on that. But if you don't want to use CBDCs as a vehicle for mass surveillance, a very good question here from the audience is, Why shouldn't we just let stablecoins compete between each other and regulate those instead? Why bother with CBDCs if you've got a stablecoin that could potentially be doing some of the things that Gilbert's trying to do with the Latin American dollar? Gilbert, do you want to comment on that? Or then anybody else? Just wave your hand at me if you want to comment on that.
I can just provide a quick view. I think stablecoins and even some cryptocurrency has a place in the financial system, and there's always a need for those for particular use cases. Regulating stablecoins is actually what is happening. There's a harmonization happening along how we treat stablecoins, and it should be treated the same as money. And how you regulate that, it should be the same as traditional money, and that's on hand and underway. I think CBDCs have their place, and it really comes back to the resilience and the risk in the system. So if you have a central bank on the wholesale end, which issues a wholesale CBDC, and then that authorization of the wholesale CBDC allows commercial banks to issue commercial and regulated stablecoins, they are interlinked. So the risk to the system is visible at all times back to the central bank. And this is something that we didn't have during the financial crisis. And if we had CBDC type technology in the financial crisis, we could have had visibility of systemic risk, very early on before it became, as a crisis and what happened. So I think from a central bank perspective, having that governance layer and the visibility of the system allow central banks to really look at policy and resilience and risk in real time and do something about it before it becomes a problem.
Right.
As you can see, Q&T is having wide-scale adoption across the world. It solves so many problems in the financial system, and it is generally game-changing. 3 lines of code, simple, easy to integrate. I'm telling you, Q&T is something you do not want to miss out on. I sound like a broken record over here. I'm basically a Quant YouTuber at this point. Not really, we love all crypto. Q&T is just legendary, and it is my biggest holding. It's my favorite holding. So yeah, let me know if you guys hold any Q&T down in the comments. Let me know what you think of the Quant project altogether. Subscribe to not miss any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.